Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Tyler Rugge, and for today's video I'm going to be talking about animals. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. So for today's video I'm going to be talking about animals that I would never want to own as a pet. I know it may be a surprise to a lot of you, but there are animals out there that I would never want to own as a pet. And I was kind of torn between two video ideas, either animals I don't want to own as a pet or animals that should not be pets. However, there were a lot of animals that kind of interlapped because there are animals out there that very well can be kept as pets and are often kept as pets that I just don't want to keep as pets. So I thought I would just do animals that I would never want to own as a pet. And I'll also talk about which animals shouldn't be kept as pets. But yeah, these are animals that I would never want to own as a pet. And I'm joined here today with Monty, my ball python, because snakes are one of those animals out there that a lot of people would not want to own as a pet. But for me, owning snakes is living my best life. So I'm joined here with Monty, and we're going to be talking about pets that we don't want to ever have. And to start off this wonderful list, we have primates. Primates being things like monkeys, orangutans, gorillas, I don't know, lemurs, anything like that, anything monkey-like, I do not want to own as a pet. Now, don't get me wrong, monkeys are cute. Some monkeys are cute. However, just because it's cute doesn't mean I want to own it as a pet. Monkeys are just a little bit too much like humans, and I don't really want to own a human. It's kind of like owning a child. Owning a child. It's like having a child, but it stays a child its entire life. Like, it never grows up.
I don't want to deal with that.
Sorry, like, maybe one day I'll have a kid and it'll be like a toddler for a few years and then it'll grow up. But monkeys don't grow up. Monkeys are extremely intelligent. Like, no, I don't want to be responsible for that. And also, primates have had a history of turning on people. Even if they're born and raised in captivity, they still have a lot of those wild instincts in them, just like a lot of animals that are going to be on this list. They cannot just be domesticated as easily as like a dog can. It still might want to tear your face off at some point, and nothing's going to stop it. So I don't want to take that chance. So I'm not going to own a primate. However, I will very happily go to like a monkey rescue or something and have them jump all over me and have a fun time with monkeys. I just don't want to have to deal with that while I'm at home. Number 2, we have foxes. Now, foxes, it really depends what you're talking about. There are fennec foxes, which are pretty commonly now kept as pets, and I still wouldn't want a fennec fox, or really any other type of fox for that matter. So yes, people do own fennec foxes, and I don't have anything against people who own fennec foxes as long as they're being properly taken care of. Foxes just aren't very good at living in a normal household, if that makes sense. Like, they're just super, super high energy, very difficult to potty train. They're just all over the place. So I just don't want to own a fox. I have enough going on in my life. It's like the primate thing. I just don't want to deal with it. So yeah. Some people can own foxes and be perfectly happy with it, but I think that it's going to be hard to own a fox if you have other animals you're responsible for, because a fox, a fennec fox even, is a huge responsibility. Not for me. They're cute. I'll happily look at pictures of fennec foxes. If someone wants to invite me over and let me pet their fennec fox, I'll do it happily. I just don't want to own one. Number 3. Tigers, wild cats in general like that. I don't want to own them as a pet. They shouldn't be pets. I don't think I even need to explain it or go into it. They just don't make good pets. Why do you want a pet tiger? Like, is that necessary? You can get something just as cute and adorable and amazing, and it's domestic. So why do you want a tiger? I rest my case. Next, we have alligators. Now, some of you might be shocked to hear this. Some of you might not be. But yes, you can keep alligators and crocodiles as pets. There might be some states where it's illegal. I'm sure there are. However, I know in my state it's legal. In a lot of states, you can keep pet alligators. At reptile expos, they literally sell little baby alligators that will get a lot bigger. And then what are you going to do with your 15-foot long alligator? Like, sure, if you have a huge enclosure for your alligator and you can keep it happy, go for it. Like, you do your thing. But I don't think I'm ever going to own an alligator. Not only do they require an insane amount of space, but they're another one of those things where I feel like it's just kind of dangerous to own one if you don't know what you're doing. So, yeah. I'll leave alligators to, like, all the experts out there. Not for me. Alligators, I love alligators. Don't get me wrong, I love them. I think they're super cool. Now, don't get me wrong. Just like every other animal on this list, love them. I would love to be in the presence of an alligator. An alligator could honestly eat me alive, and I wouldn't be that upset about it. However, I just don't want to own one. Just don't want to own one. Don't want to deal with it. Don't want to deal with that responsibility. Number 5, venomous snakes, or I guess like deadly venomous reptiles in general. I wouldn't want to own. Well, I would love to own a venomous snake, actually. I kind of take that back. That would be so cool. I love vipers. They're so pretty. However, I feel like venomous snakes aren't for everyone. Definitely probably don't make a good pet for most people. You know, there's always the chance that they'll bite you and you don't make it to the hospital in time and you die. I don't know. It's a possibility. It's a risk that I am willing to take. But in all reality, I feel like the chances of me ever actually owning a venomous snake are slim. I don't know if I would ever actually want to do it. Like, I think about how cool it would be. Definitely, maybe in the future, if I get experience handling venomous reptiles and I at some point learn what I'm doing, maybe I would own a venomous snake. But definitely right now, I would not want to own a venomous snake. I'm not experienced in handling venomous snakes. I just don't know how to deal with them. But in the future, if I become an experienced snake person, what qualifies you for that? I don't know. Maybe I'll volunteer at a venom farm and then I'll feel confident with owning venomous snakes. Who knows? Probably not gonna see me purchasing any vipers anytime soon. Next, we have owls. Now, owls, I think some people keep them as pets. I'm not really sure. I feel like I've seen people on like YouTube with pet owls and stuff. I don't think they make good pets. They're just a huge responsibility, crazy hard to keep happy in captivity, and they form such a strong bond with people and they rely on you being there all the time. Nobody should have to rely on me for that kind of emotional stability. Therefore, I'm not gonna get a pet owl. Now again, pet owls are so pretty, so cool. Love owls, love them. I also want to throw in there that if any of these animals are kept by specialists and people who know what they're doing and they're used in education programs and whatnot, then that's fantastic. If it's a conservation effort, that's fantastic. I just think that some of these animals do not make good pets for the average household. So yeah, owls, not for me. I don't think they should be for the average household pet either. They just are very difficult. They are a lot of work. Very, very cool in hindsight, but you don't want to deal with it, trust me. This is where things start to get a little bit messy. I don't think that I would ever want to own a pet ferret. Now, don't come for me. Don't come for me in this one. I'm sorry. I just don't think ferrets are for me as a pet, as something that I would want to own. I love ferrets. Ferrets are one of those things where I think they do make good pets. You know what? Ferrets are wonderful. Some people can own them, be perfectly happy with them, and stuff like that. Like she loves her ferrets. They're like her favorite thing in the world. She takes wonderful care of them. Good job. I don't think I would want to own a ferret. Now, don't get me wrong here. Don't get me wrong. When I was a child, ferrets were one of my favorite animals ever. I thought they were the cutest things ever. I would beg my mom, like nonstop, for a pet ferret. I think around this time I wanted like a ferret or a rabbit. Honestly, I think what kind of turned me off from ferrets is that as a child, my mom always told me, no, you don't want a ferret. Like, they're gross, they're smelly, they're destructive. You don't want one of those. And my little child pea brain was like, oh yeah, okay, like, you're probably right. Ferrets are disgusting. I don't want one of those. However, I love ferrets. I do. They're so cute. Like, just the way they interact with each other and everything, they're just so freaking cute and adorable and amazing. It's just that they are so high energy, like a handful, that I just don't think I would want to have that responsibility in my life. And I already have a lot of animals. I have 3 birds. Arguably, I think parrots are a bigger responsibility than a human child, considering you have to be responsible for it for like 50 to 80 years. You know, it's like kind of a responsibility there. So yeah, I love ferrets. You know, 10-year-old me would have loved a ferret. And I will gladly come over to your house and play with your ferrets for hours. I'm just not going to bring them home with me. I don't want that responsibility. They're just all over the place, so energetic. I prefer things like this that just sit here and don't move very much. This is my preferred animal of choice. I prefer the slow noodle, not the fast noodle. On that note, I think I'm going to bring this video to an end. Let me know down below in the comments what animals you would never want to keep as a pet. And if you guys like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. I post videos every week. Also, don't forget to check out my merch. The link to that will be down in the description below. Also, don't forget to follow me on all my social media. The links to those will be down below as well. And I'll see you guys in my next video.